Hello and good afternoon everybody. Today we are going to see the next session of chapter 1 similarity of maths 2 from standard 10. Now see, in the previous session we had done about the ratio of the areas of two triangles, and we had started the exercise that was practice set 1.1. So we will do some more sums from that. Now that this is the third one, as you can see the figure over here, you can see PS is perpendicular to segment RQ. This is PS perpendicular to segment RQ. See, this is the triangle over here and the height is outside the triangle. QT is perpendicular to segment PR. Here QT is perpendicular to segment PR. RQ is given 6, PS is given 6 and PR is given 12, and you have to find QT. So we'll start here. Now see, whatever is given here, RQ is equal to 6, PS is equal to 6 and PR is equal to 12. If you see, it is on page number 6, the third sum. Now if we take the area of triangle PQR. So if you take area of triangle PQR, you will get half into base into height. But if you consider the two triangles, this PQR triangle over here, it is having two heights. One height is inside and one height is outside. So first we will consider the outside height. So PQR. So here it will be half into your base is QR into height here is PS. So here you will get half into how much is QR. QR is 6 and how much is PS is also 6. So 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6. So here you are getting 18 area. So here it will become square units if it is not given over here. So this is area of triangle given over here. Now again you have to find QT. Now this QT is the inside height. So again you have to take area of triangle PQR is equal to half into base into height. But this time the base is PR and height is QT. From this area we have actually find out the area, that is 18. So here you have to write 18. Also the value of PR is given. PR is how much? 12. So here you will get 18 is equal to half into 12 into QT. So this is 2 ones are 2, 2 6 are 12. So QT is equal to 18 upon 6. So here you will get 6 ones are 6 3s are. So QT is equal to 3 units. So this way you can solve this sum. Here we actually wanted to find out QT, but as this triangle, if you can see, there are two heights over here, one is PS and one QT. So utilizing those two heights and using the formula half into base into height, you can find the value of QT. Now further we will see the fourth sum. If you see over here, now AP is perpendicular to BC and AD is parallel to BC. Find the area of triangle ABC and triangle BCD. Now if you can see, ABC and BDC, they are having the same base BC. So triangle ABC and triangle BCD have common base BC. Also they have given that AD is parallel to BC. Therefore what you can write, triangles ABC and triangle BCD lie between two parallel lines. Two parallel lines. So if they are lying between two parallel lines, the distance will remain constant. Means the height will be same. So what you can write over here? The distance between two parallel lines is constant. Therefore, their heights are equal. Now see here, if their bases are equal and heights are also equal, so what you can say about the area? So area of triangle ABC will be equal to area of triangle BDC. So how you will get the ratio? So if you will bring BCD over here, so here nothing will remain, so it will become 1. So ratio is 1:1. So that ratio of the area of triangle here is 1:1 because they are both the heights and the base they are equal. So the ratio of the areas, actually the areas are equal. So the ratio will come 1:1. Now we'll see. Now the fifth one is very easy. You can you have to write it is proportionate to what, the base or the height. So we'll see the theorem of basic proportionality theorem. We will see the basic proportionality theorem. For this, so we have done with the practice at 1.1 now. So now we will do the theorems. The first theorem here is basic proportionality theorem. Now see the statement for that theorem. If a line parallel to a side of a triangle intersects the remaining sides into distinct points, then the line divides the sides in the same proportion. Now see, you have to draw a triangle over here. Now this is A, B, C. This is. Now if you see, if a line parallel to a third side of a triangle intersects the remaining two sides in two distinct points. Now if you see here, the PQ, which is the line, it is parallel to side BC, and this PQ is cutting the lines AB and BC, means it is intersecting lines AB and AC in points P and Q respectively. That is given to here. Then the line divides the sides in the same proportion, means this line will divide the side in same proportion. That is AP upon PB will be equal to AQ upon QC. So always remember, if a line is parallel to third side of the triangle and that line divides the other two remaining sides into 2 points, then that line will divide the sides in proportion. That is AP upon PB will be equal to AQ upon QC. So this is what we want to prove, and that is the basic proportionality theorem. So first we will write in given over here, we will write in triangle ABC. Line L is parallel to line BC and line L intersects AB here. AB in P. AB and AC together we will write in points P and Q respectively. In points P and Q respectively. So to prove is AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. Now see, given in triangle ABC, line L is parallel to line BC. PQ, or you can just write line L. So here we have mentioned over L, so you can write line L also. Line L is parallel to line BC, and this line L is intersecting AB and AC at points P and Q respectively. And we want to prove that AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. Now for this, what we will see first, here you will have to draw a construction over here. You have to join BQ and PC. So write down in construction, draw segments PC and segment BQ. So now we will start with the proof over here. Now see triangle. This is APQ and PQB. If you see both these triangles, that is APQ and here QPB. These two triangles, they have the common vertex Q and their bases, they lie on the same line. So when the bases they lie on the same line and they have the same vertex, means their heights will be equal. So here you can write triangle APQ and triangle PQB. They have common vertex Q and their bases. What is their basis? AP and PB lie on the same line AB. See, they are lying on the same line AB. They are lying on the same line, both the base, and their vertex is same. So vertex and the distance will remain same. So height will come equal. So here you can write, therefore they have equal heights. Therefore they have equal heights. So when they are having equal heights, what we had done in the ratio of area of two triangles, when they have equal heights, so their ratio of the areas will be proportional to their bases. So here you will write that the ratio of the areas of two triangles is proportional to their base. So I'll draw the structure over here again. This is A, this is P, Q, or you can write it as L. This is B, this is C. Here, this you have to join. Now, so they have equal height. So what you can have, therefore, area of triangle APQ upon area of triangle PQB, which is equal to AP upon PB. Or AP upon PB, because areas are proportionate to their bases. So here reason you can write, give that as 1. Areas are proportionate to their bases. Now in the similar way, if you take on the other side also, if you take APQ and if you take your QTC, here also you will find the base lies on the same line AC and they have a common vertex P, so there also their heights will come equal. So these two triangles areas will be equal to their base only because their heights are again equal. So here again this way only you have to write, but for triangle APQ and triangle PQC. So what you will write? Triangle APQ and triangle PQC have common vertex P and their bases AQ and QC lie on the same line AC. When they lie on the same line AC, therefore they have equal heights. When they are having equal heights, so the area of triangle APQ upon area of triangle PQC, so that will be corresponding to their bases, that is AQ upon QC. So here you will get AQ upon QC. Give this as 2, a reason you write down over here. Areas are proportionate to their bases. Now here, if you find over here, these two things are clear. Now see these two triangles, that is PBQ, or what we have taken as that is PQB and PQC. Now if you see, both the triangles they have common base PQ, and as PQ is parallel to BC, they lie between the same parallel lines, means between the two parallel lines, so the height will be constant. So height is also equal and base is also equal, so these both the areas will come equal. So here you will write segment PQ is common base to triangle, it is triangle PQB and triangle PQC. Also they lie between the parallel lines PQ and BC. Therefore, their heights are equal. See here, again we'll see these two triangles, that is PQB and PQC. Both of them they are having the common base BC, so their base is same. As they lie between the parallel line, the distance is same, so the height will also come same. So that is why the heights are also equal and common base, so base is also equal. Therefore, their areas will be equal. Therefore, area of triangle PQB is equal to area of triangle PQC. Give this as 3. Now see from 1 to 3. This PQB and PQC they are equal. If they are equal, all these ratios will be equal. So what you will get from 1, 2 and 3? If this is equal, this means this entire side is equal to each other. So here you will get area of triangle APQ upon area of triangle PQB is equal to area of triangle APQ upon area of triangle PQC. Now see, if these have become equal, then ultimately you will get AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. So therefore finally what you will get? AP upon PB AQ upon QC. Here this is 1, 2. So you can, this you got from 1, 2 and 3. So this you can get from 1 and 2, and considering this one. So this you can see over here, as these 4 are equal over here, as this side is getting equal, so this will also be equal. Therefore you are getting AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. So this is hence proved, and this is what we wanted to prove. So this is the basic proportionality theorem. It is very easy. Just pay attention once, you will understand. Now next we will take Now we will take property of angle bisector of a triangle. So we'll see the theorem over here. The bisector of an angle of a triangle divides the side opposite to the angle in the ratio of the remaining sides. Now see, we'll see the triangle over here. See the bisector of an angle of a triangle. Now this is the bisector of the angle of the triangle. Divides the side opposite to the angle in the ratio of the remaining sides. Means this bisector will divide the opposite side in the ratio of the other two sides. Means AE upon EB is equal to AC upon BC. This we want to prove over here. So given in triangle ABC. Here you will write bisector of angle C. This is the bisector. Intersects segment AB in point E. Now see, in triangle ACB, CE is the bisector. It is the angle bisector which is intersecting side AB at point E. That is what we have written over here. Now, as I told you earlier, what we want to prove, that AE upon EB is AC upon CB. So here we will write AE upon EB. So this will be CA upon CB or AC upon CB. See, now for this you will have to do a construction over here. So here you have to extend this AC over here and you have to join this is D. This angle over here is D. So now you will find these two angles are same. We know, because if there is angle bisector, if this angle is 60 degree and there is angle bisector, this will become 30-30. These angles are congruent, that we should know, because it is a angle bisector. Now see here, this point here it is C. Here the vertex here is C, A, B, C, and here when we have extended this point over here, from B it is meeting here at D. So write down the construction over here. Draw a line parallel to ray CE. So when you are drawing this line, this is the line CE. This line and this line, it should come parallel over here. When you make the diagram, it should come parallel. CE passing through the point B. Further, you have to extend AC so as to intersect it at point B. Now see here, these two lines, they are meeting at CD. So you have to draw a line parallel to CE. CE, if you are drawing line parallel, then AC you have to extend so that it will go and meet this line here at D. So when it is meeting here at D, now what we will do? Now we will go for the proof over here, but you have to write the construction over here. This is the construction. Now see for proof. Now where is CE? Now see, if CE is parallel to BD and AD is the transversal. If this is the transversal, you will get corresponding angles. Which are the corresponding angles? See, this is the transversal over here. So these two are parallel lines. So this angle and this angle, they are corresponding angles because you are stepping like this. So you will get those angles congruent because those are corresponding angles. So these two are parallel, CE and DB. What you are taking transversal is AD. So that is why you are getting these two corresponding angles. So once you have to take this as the transversal, you will get corresponding angles. In next, you have to take CB as the transversal. So you will get here alternate angles. So these two angles first you have to write. So first we will write the corresponding angles. So here you will get ray CE is parallel to ray BD, as you can see in the structure, and AD is the transversal. So when you get this as the transversal, you will get corresponding angles. Which are those? ACE, this angle, and CDB, this angle, because these are corresponding angles when these two are parallel and this is the transversal. So you will get angle ACE is equal to angle CDB. So reason you will write corresponding angles. So here you can give as 1. Now same again you will take. Now take BC as the transversal. First it was AD. Now when you take BC as the transversal, now see, when you take BC as the transversal, the Z is forming over here and you are getting these two. See, these two, the Z is forming over here and you are getting these two Z, corners of a Z. So that are alternate angles. So you are getting over here ECB and CBD. So these are alternate angles. Why? Because these two are parallel lines and this is the transversal. So once we had taken AD as the transversal, we got corresponding angles. Now we are taking BC as the transversal. So we will get alternate angles over here. So when BC, you will get angle ECB is equal to angle CBD. So here give 2 and write down alternate angles. So when it is an alternate angle over here, now, so two things are cleared over here. First, these two are parallel lines and this is the transversal. So here you are getting, when this is the transversal, this will be the corresponding corresponding angles because they are like the staircase. Now when these two are parallel and this is the transversal, that time you will form a Z. That time you will get this alternate angle. So these two pairs you are getting. Now these are already congruent. Why? Because this is the angle bisector. So that will come in the given part. So write that. But angle ACE is congruent to angle ECB. So that is given. This you can name as 3. Now see 1, 2, 3. Now if you see, ACE here you are getting common. ECB you are getting common. These things will go. So what you will get? That CDB is equal to CBD from 1, 2 and 3. So what you will get here from 1, 2 and 3. You will get therefore angle CBD is congruent to angle CBD. I hope you have understood over here. So first we got the corresponding angles, then we got the alternate angle. This is the already angle bisector angle. These two angles will be congruent. But if we tally 1, 2, 3, we will get that CBD is congruent to CDB. Now see, CBD and CDB, these are coming in this triangle BCD. So you will consider that triangle in triangle CBD. Side BC will be congruent to side CD. Why? Because these are sides opposite to congruent. Sides opposite to congruent angles. See, whenever their base angles are congruent, the opposite sides will also be congruent. That is why this CB and CD you are getting congruent. So what you will get, therefore this CB is equal to CD. Now we'll write over here only. So now in triangle, now see the triangle A, B, D. In triangle A, B, D, segment EC is parallel to segment BD. This we did by construction. So what you will get? Now see, if this is the triangle and this are the two parallel sides. So by basic proportionality theorem you will get AE upon EB is AC upon CD. So here you will get AE upon EB is equal to AC upon CD. This is by basic proportionality theorem. But if you see here, CD is equal to CB. So instead of CD you have to put here CB. So you will get therefore AE upon EB is equal to AC upon this. Instead of CD you can write here, you can write 4 and 5. So here instead of CD you will get CB. This is from, you can write here from 4 and 5. So from 4 and 5 you will get AE upon EB is equal to AC upon CB, and this is what we actually wanted to prove. See, AE upon EB is equal to AC upon CB. So this is the triangle we wanted to prove, but we included this entire triangle so that we could find out this. So here you can write it as hence proved. So this was the angle bisector theorem, and before this we did the basic proportionality theorem. Now we will see see property of three parallel lines and their transversal. Now this is property of angle bisector is done. So now we have property of three parallel lines. So we will have property of three parallel lines and their transversal. Now see in this the theorem write down. The ratio of the intercepts made on a transversal by three parallel lines is equal to the ratio of the corresponding intercepts made on any other transversal by the same parallel lines. Now see here we have three parallel lines over here. And we have two transversals over here. So let it be this T1 and T2 transversal parallel lines be L, M and N. So where they are meeting, here it is A, B, C, and this is P, Q and R. The ratio of the intercepts made by a transversal on a transversal by three parallel lines is equal to the ratio of the corresponding intercepts made on another transversal by the same parallel lines. So see these parallel lines, they are intersecting this transversal in A, B, C, and at the same time another transversal they are intersecting at P, Q, R. So the ratio will be equal, means AB upon BC is equal to PQ upon QR. So this is the meaning of the statement over here. Now see the ratio of the intercepts made on a transversal by three parallel lines on this transversal, for example, is equal to the ratio AB upon BC is equal to the ratio of the corresponding intercepts made on the another transversal, means AB upon BC is equal to PQ upon QR. So that we want to prove over here. So first write down given. So given you know what it is. Line L is parallel to line M, which is parallel to line M. Then T1 and T2 are the transversals. Transversal T1, it is intersecting the line at point A, B and C. T1 intersects the lines, the three lines, at point A, B and C. And T2 intersects at points P, Q and R. Now if you see over here what we want to prove. So here you have two proofs. So our ratio to prove is what? AB upon BC is equal to PQ upon QR. So for this construction, first you have to draw this line. So construction, draw segment PC. Draw segment PC. Now if you see over here, now it is intersecting which line? Which intersects line M at point B. Now see, now consider two triangles over here, ACP. In ACP, the triangle which it is forming, you will find these two lines are parallel. So when these two lines are parallel, you will get basic proportionality theorem here. BC upon AB is equal to CD upon DB. Similar way in this triangle also you have to apply basic proportionality theorem. So first we will apply in that triangle. So first in proof you will write in triangle ACP. BD is parallel to AP. So if BD is parallel to AP, what you will get? AB upon BC is equal to PD upon BC. The ratios will be equal. Either you take AB upon BC or BC upon AB. So here you will get by basic proportionality theorem. Now here you will get by basic proportionality theorem in this. Now you will apply in PCR. So again you will get a ratio. So that will be also by basic proportionality theorem. So here you will get the next triangle. So in triangle CPR, where it is CPR, where DQ is parallel to CR. So here you will get DQ is parallel to CR. Now what you will get there for PD? See here, this triangle, these two are parallel. So PD upon DC is PQ upon QR by basic proportionality theorem. So here you will get PD upon DC is equal to PQ upon QR. So this is 2 and here reason you will write by basic, you will write full form by basic proportionality theorem and give this as name 1. This will be name 2. Now from 1 and 2, now see here also it is PD upon DC and here also it is PD upon DC. So as these two are equal, all the ratios will come equal over here. So here you will get AB upon BC is equal to PD upon DC is equal to PQ upon QR, and what you wanted, AB upon BC is PQ upon QR. So similarly therefore you can get AB upon BC is equal to, from here only, PQ upon QR. So here it is, hence true. So what all we did over here was the basic proportionality theorem, the angle bisector theorem, and the property of 3 parallel lines and their transversal. So it is given on the page number, you can refer to page number 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. I hope you understood. The next exercise will carry out in next session. Thank you.